Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
I can hear. Can you hear?
Ms. Jones, can you hear me?
I can. I can hear you.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Okay.
Let me, I need to try to fix my headphones. I can't hear anyone.
Hey, Aaron.
Oh, there it goes.
Is Aaron on here?
I'm here.
Hey, Aaron. They can't screen share on the freshman link. For the parents.
Oh, there it goes.
You said they can't screen share what?
For the parent.
I'm here.
Hey, Aaron. They can't screen share on the freshman link. For the parents.
Oh, there it goes.
Are you saying Aaron or parents? Because it's two
For the
people.
parents.
I'm here.
Aaron. They can't screen share on the freshman link.
Oh, okay.
Even like
Are you saying Aaron or parents? Because it's two people.
I wouldn't listen to it on Zoom, on the YouTube. I would listen to it on that. There you go.
that's crazy.
Do we want to give everyone a couple minutes to get in? I have the presentation ready to go. All right, good morning and welcome, Raptors, back to the start of the 2020-2021 school year. We'll go ahead and begin the 10th through 12th orientation. My name is Mr. Scott. I am the associate principal at the STEM campus. And I brought some people along and we're going to go through the orientation for today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the principal for the Rich Township High School is Mr. Larry Vaughn. Those of you that come from the previously known South High School, Rich Township South Campus, you know Mr. Vaughn. Those of you that are new, Mr. Vaughn has been with the district for the last 2 years. And then we have Ms. Lanier Garrett, who's the associate principal for the FACS campus. And myself, I'm Carl Scott, and I am the associate principal for the STEM campus. So we have a couple of videos for you to watch, welcoming you back to the new school year, even though I know it's not a school year that you've come accustomed to. It's new, it's different, but we're in this together. So it seems as if the video is not, the sound on the video is not playing. See if the other one will work. I do apologize. For some reason, those videos, the sound is not working well, but we'll move forward. So we do have the students for both the STEM campus and the FACS campus. At the STEM campus, all right. I do apologize. Look like we're getting back on track here. Let me give these another try. Still no sound. So let's move forward. So again, deans for the STEM campus, Ms. Stewart, Fresh Off Academy, Mr. Walker, Believe at the STEM campus, Star Academy, Miss O'Day, and Fresh Soft Academy, Miss Bass. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to our culture and climate coordinators, and they will chime in.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for taking the time to join us on this video. And we also thank you for your patience with this uncharted territory and technology issues that we're encountering. But wanted to take a little bit of time and introduce myself. We'll introduce the other culture and climate coordinators throughout the district, and also talk about our mission and vision regarding PBIS and some of our student initiatives. So as we know, I know we've got some former Rockets, some former Stars, and some former Olympians tuning in, but we want you guys to understand that moving forward, we are one district, one school, one vision, and one mascot. We are the Raptors. So we're excited about that. The logo looks pretty good, so we're excited to move forward as one mascot. So when you think about a raptor, raptors roar. So what we talked about with our PBIS initiative, these are some of the things that we need to exemplify as we are one district, one school. We need to be respectful. We need to be optimistic, accountable, and resilient with everything that we encounter. So you guys are going to see this all over the buildings and all over the walls and everything like that. Raptors will roar. I won't spend an exorbitant amount of time on this, but this is our PBIS initiative. These are some things as we look at the roar. You see respectful, optimistic, accountable, resilient. As you read left to right, you'll see the different areas within the building. Obviously, with the circumstances that we've been given, the classroom, hallway, lunchroom, and media center, these are things that you guys have all seen before, but obviously with us being remote, you want to focus on that the furthest right column, online and remote. We want to talk about what our 4 initiatives, respectful, optimistic, accountable, and resilient, look like while you guys are at home. These are things that we will hold you accountable to, and we promise that we will hold ourselves to these standards as well as administrators, as teachers, and as adults in the building. These are all things that we will exemplify as we move towards remote learning. And like I said before, we will hold you guys accountable to it as well. It's all things that you're already doing, and we want to continue to build on that. As you see the bottom part there, the staff, that gray portion as you move left to right, are also things that our staff members are going to exhibit on a daily basis as we move to our remote setting. Remote attendance. It's a little bit different. Obviously, you'll keep hearing me say that we're in uncharted waters, and that's okay. But we need you guys to understand that there are going to be some criteria for you as you log on every day. I'll talk in a future slide about specifically what you guys need to be doing every day, but a lot of the same principles that applied in the building will apply to remote learning. Some of those are being punctual. Even during remote instruction, you need to, your school, your class has a set start and end time. So we need to make sure that we're punctual every single day. Your attendance is a requirement, just like it is in person. I'm going to go into a little bit further detail about what that looks like and what you guys need to do and what parents can do to assist to make sure that we're logging accurate attendance as we log in. Teachers will take attendance every single day for every single mod. And we need to make sure that you guys are fully engaged and acting accordingly in your virtual classes. And like I said, in the next slide, I'll be providing a little bit more detail as far as what that looks like. So device monitoring. As you guys picked up your district issued devices, you'll bring them home. You need to make sure that if we are going to accurately account for your attendance, you guys need to use your district issued devices. I'm sure everybody's got an iPad or a laptop or a desktop at home, and that's fine. But in order to accurately monitor your attendance, you need to use your district issued device. And every day you must log into Schoology first. That is how we will accurately monitor your attendance. Now, as far as what you're doing on your district issued device, we are able to monitor everything and every move that you make on that district issued device through a software called GoGuardian. GoGuardian will monitor everything that you do. So we're just making sure that what you're doing on your district issued device is school related and appropriate, right? Now, of course, if we cannot abide by that, we do unfortunately have consequences. So it is in your student handbook that repeated misuse of district issued technology could result in a loss of that technology. So we hope we don't get to that point. Just use your district issued device for what it's supposed to do. And just know that if you're not, we know everywhere that you're going. So just use it for what it's intended for. All right. So we want to make sure, even though we are remote, even though we're home, we know that you guys are doing great work, and we know that you're doing great things. We know that our staff are doing great things. So we want to acknowledge that. Okay. So I want you guys to save that QR code at the top. Put it in your phones right now. If you're sitting at home, go ahead, scan it in, or know that we have a bit.do website link that you can also provide. So when you click on that, if you look towards the bottom, we'll talk about our Raptor reputation. So if you see somebody or somebody has done a great job in a class or a teacher or anything like that, and you want to acknowledge them, go right to this link and just type in who it was, what they did, and let's acknowledge them and acknowledge you guys for all the great things that we know that you're doing on a daily basis. As we talked about before, guys, we just like you would if you were in person, we still have those virtual classroom expectations. Okay, make sure that we're adhering to reasonable rules and regulations, respect the rights of others, refrain from inappropriate language, dress in an appropriate manner, be punctual and present, and refrain from gross disobedience, misconduct, and insubordination. Even though we are virtual, guys, that student handbook still applies. So just make sure that we're using this virtual platform for what it's intended for. And that's to make sure that you're getting the best education that you can, given the circumstances. So again, if you wouldn't do it in the building or do it at home, we urge that you don't do it on your virtual platform. And I am going to hand it over to our freshman and sophomore academy at the FACS campus.
So I think freshman and sophomore team leaders are running freshman orientation, so I can introduce them. So the academy leader for freshman and sophomore academy at FACS is Dr. Applewhite, and the culture and climate coordinator is Miss Mary Creer. Pay attention to the counselor slice so you will know which counselor is yours for this upcoming school year. Freshman A to I, you will have Miss Polito, sophomores A to O, Miss Sabat, and freshmen J to Z and sophomores P to Z, Miss Cujo. Feel free to reach out to them if you have any questions or concerns.
And so the freshman and sophomore academy at the STEM campus, the academy lead is Ms. Mary Holly, and culture and climate coordinator is Mr. Nigel Anderson. Counselors for that academy, Mr. Paul Jurgis from A to G, Ms. Stacy Hopkins from H to N, and Mr. Daniel Lawrence from O to Z. So again, if needed, please feel free to reach out to your counselors or your academy lead or culture and climate coordinator.
So that it was very intentional to build a freshman and sophomore academy. We find that this is the foundation of a great educational experience in high school. So we wanted to build a lot of supports and structures, particularly around 9th and 10th grade, to make sure that they have a strong trajectory to finish high school strong and have success in their post-secondary endeavors. With that, the freshman and sophomore academy developed a vision and mission statement. The mission of the freshman and sophomore academy is to ensure that every student has the strong academic skills and knowledge, habits of mind, social, emotional, and physical well-being to prepare them for advanced coursework in their chosen career pathway. As a well-built foundation makes the building strong, freshman and sophomore year provides students with the foundation they need to pursue their goals and dreams. So it's very intentional to build a 9th grade team and a 10th grade team to really surround students with all of the supports and academic rigor necessary to ensure their success. So at the FACS campus, here are just a few faces that you will start to see in Schoology and Google Meets for your coursework this school year. They're all looking forward to getting to know you starting tomorrow when you click into your very first Schoology class. And again, because the freshman and sophomore academy is such a strong foundation, we really felt it necessary to put a lot more teachers on those teams. So those are some more familiar faces you will begin to get to know at the FACS campus. And for those 9th and 10th graders that are attending the STEM campus, the same thing applies. A very strong and large group of adults that are here to support your endeavors. Here's a snapshot of some of those faces you'll be seeing on Google Meet. And more of those faces. And even more. They're all really excited to get to know you starting tomorrow. The motto for the freshman and sophomore academy this year: achieve today to lead to tomorrow. Let the adventures begin.
So the Health and Family and Consumer Sciences Academy. The Academy lead is Mr. Bob LaFrance. The Culture and Climate Coordinator is Dr. Tiffany Lowry. The Guidance Counselor is Ms. Christine Drabeck, and that's for letters A through O, and Ms. Julia Robertson for Alpha Slice N through Z. And again, please reach out to your counselors, reach out to your academy lead or culture and climate coordinator to say hello, or if you have questions in regards to the HFACS Academy, Health, Family, and Consumer Sciences. These are a few faces that you will see in that academy. So a few program highlights: certificates and opportunities in pathways for science, health science, culinary, fashion, and child development. Premier programs include ProStart, fashion construction, dosages and solutions, farm tech, medical billing and coding, certification for child development, advanced placement courses, calculus, AP stats, AP Computer Science Principles, AP Computer Science A, Chemistry, AP Bio, AP Physics, AP Environmental Science, and AP Psych.
Good morning. My name is Ms. Kimberly Gales. I am the Academy Leader for the Fine Arts, Communications, and IB Academy. And joining me this year also as part of the administration for our academy will be Mr. Jason Battle as our Culture and Climate Coordinator. Then we have Ms. Polito, who will be the guidance counselor for any student from 10th through 12th grade, from 11th through 12th grade that are in the IB Communications Academy. We want to welcome you. We have a few specialized areas as well in our academy. which include, actually, here are a few of our teachers that will be housed in our Fine Arts Communications and IB Academy, ranging in all subject areas from English to the fine arts, as well as our IB teachers. And a few of our specialized areas are in the areas of visual arts, performing arts, and music. So in visual arts, we will have courses such as pre-AP visual arts, art 1 through 4, AP art, and that includes AP art, studio art, as well as 2D design. We have crafts 1 through 4, photos 1 and 2, commercial arts, illustration, and graphic design. And then in the area of performing arts, we currently have drama, and we will soon be adding courses such as dance. And in the area of music, we currently have piano lab, introduction to music, concert band, symphonic band, percussion ensemble, as well as concert choir, with the anticipation of adding more courses to each one of these areas in the upcoming years. So we encourage you, if you want to be one of those students who think outside the box and have an artistic side to yourself, to join the Fine Arts Communications and IB Academy, as we want to make sure that we cultivate and nurture those artistic sides of yourselves. Welcome to the new school year.
Good morning. I'm Latricia Varnado. I'm the Business Academy leader at the FAC campus. Our culture and climate person is Mr. Quincy Owens. And our counselors are Keena Thomas for A through L and LaShawna Clark for M through Z. Our motto this year is in the black. A company is said to be in the black if it's profitable, or more specifically, if it produces positive earnings. It's a goal of the Business and Communication Academy to cultivate positive gains socially and academically for our young adults. We ultimately want to create an environment that fosters teamwork and critical thinking skills, along with raising the financial, cultural, and technical awareness of our students. Here are some of the teachers that are part of the Business Academy, and they are from all different disciplines. And here are some of the signature courses in the Business Academy: sports and entertainment marketing, accounting, computer applications, consumer economics, entrepreneurship, business law, marketing, business concept, and business incubators. Business Incubators is a new course this year, which has students using real world concepts to produce an actual product, to be entrepreneurs.
All right, guys, I'll jump back in and talk about the Technology and Engineering Academy. Again, I'm Mr. McHugh. I'll be your coordinator for climate and culture. Talk about a couple of the classes that you guys have have offered. As I scan through the YouTube chat, I see that a lot of you guys are wanting to know what courses are optional. So I'll go ahead and talk about that. And yes, we can access the YouTube chat. So just be aware of that, by the way. I am your coordinator of climate and culture. I am Mr. McHugh. And our academy lead is Miss Jackie Stone. Yet again, you have some of your teachers. You guys should see some familiar faces, some new faces there too as well. But our goal here is, whether we're virtual or in person, for you to get to know each and every one of these teachers. The one thing I can assure you is that each and every one of these teachers is here to help you and assist you. So as I go through some of these course lists and some of these teachers who teach these courses, if you're curious about some things, or you may be interested, or you just want to know a little bit more about it, these are your experts. They will tell you everything you need to know about some of the classes you may be interested in. So make sure you touch base with them via email or phone call while we're virtual. Like I said before, we've got some pretty cool classes to offer. So let me run through these real quick. We have a program called Project Lead the Way. Within that, you will have robotics, computer integrated manufacturing, and principles of engineering, augmented virtual reality, drone technology, mobile makers, advanced placement courses such as calculus, stats, computer science principles, computer science A, chemistry, bio, physics, environmental science, and psychology. And I can give you a little bit of information on that, but Ms. Stone and your teachers within this team will really be able to go into detail about what each course is and what it can do for you long term. So if you're interested in some of these things, make sure you reach out to some of your teachers. If you need to know which teachers those are, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to help.
Good morning. I'm Ms. LaRonda Taylor, the Division Lead for the Fine Arts and Communications Campus for the Student Support Services.
And I'm China Hampton. I'm the Division Lead of Student Support Services at the STEM campus. In our portion of the slides, we'll discuss some specialty programs housed within the Student Support Department. Can you go to the next slide, Mr. Scott? One of our programs is called the Believe program, and these are our 3 of our Believe teachers. Our Believe program is designed to assist students with internalizing or externalizing behaviors that seem to interrupt their instruction. We really focus on improving their social emotional skills to improve instruction. A lot of times we find that some of these behaviors interfere with their success. It could be internalizing behaviors like anxiety, withdrawal, depression, and not clinically diagnosed, just how they exhibit and present in the school setting that interfere with them being open to instruction. Next slide. Our teachers have been trained in de-escalation techniques and I'm sorry, give me one second. And our focus is on 5 key areas to build social emotional learning core competencies. That's self-management, responsible decision-making, building positive relationships, increasing social awareness, and increasing self-awareness. There are a couple of definitions about each, but research has it that if students increase these particular skills, they are more open and available to receive instruction and build positive relationships, both in school and of course, preparing them for a setting outside of school.
Another specialty program that we have is our Alpha Academy. I'll just tell you a little bit about what is Alpha. Alpha is one of our special education programs serving the low incidence population of students with special educational needs. The name Alpha was created in 2005. It was based on the concept of grouping students into cohorts. Currently, our Alpha Academy academic focuses on mastering skills to complete the graduation requirements. However, there are some students that continue on in the program after 4 years onto our Alpha Transition Academy to gain additional life and functional skills as well as job opportunities. Our academic for Alpha, our academic teachers are Mrs. Deborah Thomas, we have Mrs. Ronette Lusby Brown, Ms. Kelly Hasty, and then we also have 3 transition teachers for our Alpha Transition Program. That's Mr. Carl Larson, Mrs. Sandra Clark, and Miss Kate Gutierrez.
Good morning. My name is Rebecca Glazer, and I am one of the bilingual teachers at Rich Township High School. I want to welcome you to our newly expanded English Learners Department. With me in the department, you can see by the photos, are Ms. Richmond, Ms. Owens, and Ms. Cole. The English Learners Department has grown to over 100 students, and within those, these students represent 13 languages. We're so excited to offer 2 different programs in the department. Some students will have 1 class per day with one of our teachers, and some students will have support in many of their classes. All of the programs and classes available to monolingual or only English speaking students are available also to our bilingual and multilingual students. All of the English Learners program classes will take place at the STEM campus. Our teachers can't wait to get started. Buenos días, mi nombre es Rebecca Glazer y soy una de las maestras bilingües en Rich Township High School. Quiero darle la bienvenida a nuestro departamento de estudiantes de inglés recientemente ampliado. En el departamento de estudiantes de inglés conmigo están la señora Richmond, la señora Owens y la señora Cole. El departamento de estudiantes de inglés ha crecido a más de 100 estudiantes. Estos estudiantes representan 13 idiomas. Estamos muy emocionadas de ofrecer 2 programas diferentes en el departamento. Algunas estudiantes tendrán una clase por día con una de nuestras maestras y algunos estudiantes tendrán apoyo en muchas de sus clases. Todos los programas disponibles para estudiantes monolingües están disponibles para estudiantes bilingües y multilingües. Todas las clases de estudiantes de inglés se llevarán a cabo en el campus de STEM. Nuestros profesoras no pueden esperar para empezar. One more. So the bilingual program, or the English Learners Program, like I said, is for students who are bilingual, multilingual, or learning English for the first time. Our teachers will use many different strategies to support students and their families academically, linguistically, and culturally. We work closely with all the classroom teachers to build a comprehensive approach for learning. Students who are native speakers of Spanish this year can choose Español para Nativos or Español para Hispanohablantes as a world language class. And that class is designed specifically to improve your literacy skills in Spanish. You can find the EL team in rooms 217 and 118. And I mentioned 13 languages. I listed them below. We have English, Vietnamese, Spanish, French, Yoruba, Creole, Korean, Igbo, Hausa, Ga, Arabic, Tagalog, and Czech represented in the district. We can't wait to get started.
Okay, I'd like to take a moment to review our graduation requirements for the class of 2021 through 2023. For English, you will need 4 credits, which consist of English 9, English 10, English 11, and English 12. Regarding social studies, you will require 3 credits. That would require your US history, your world history, which is half a semester, so 0.5 credit. 1 semester, civics, and American government. You will need math, 3 credits, which include algebra 1 as well as geometry. You will be required to take a science for 2 credits. That includes your lab sciences, which are recommended for college-bound students. Your PE will total 3.5 credits. Your health, 0.5 credit. Your elective will total 2 credits and will consist of either an art, music, foreign language, career, and tech education. And then your consumer education also, it requires for you to have 0.5 credits. Those options will consist of AP Econ, macroeconomics, microeconomics, consumer econ, and business concepts or econ.
All right, welcome Raptors to the new school year. My name is Brianna Matthews, and I am the College Career and Military Liaison for the STEM campus. Dwayne Willingham is going to be the College Career and Military Liaison for the Fine Arts campus. And we're going to take a few minutes to kind of talk about some of our exciting services to acclimate you to the post-secondary process. Our motto for this year is to make sure that you are planning to leave your mark. With everything happening in our society, we believe that education can be your tool to really change the world that we live in. If you want to take a picture of the screen, you can go ahead and do that now. So you can get our handles to our Instagram, our Schoology, and our Twitter, because that's where we'll be sharing our updates to events and presentations. And we can go to the next slide. So Whether you're planning to attend college, a 4-year school, a 2-year school, a trade program, or military, we want to be there to help you and support you through that.
Sure do.
I know that you all have a lot of questions, and hopefully this kind of gives you a better feel of what to expect. So unfortunately, due to the guidelines, we won't be taking college trips this year in the way that we used to on the bus for all of those hours, but we still want you to understand what you would be getting yourself into before you start those applications. So we will have admissions representatives still giving those admissions presentations, but it would just happen virtually now. We will have different events to talk about college life, to answer all of your questions, because I know you all are excited about this process, and that will be happening virtually. Again, we want you to know what you're getting yourself into, because we do expect you all, we can go right back. We do expect you all to have at least one application done to a 2-year school, a 4-year school, or a trade school program. Mr. Willingham and I are so excited to announce that 100% of our Rich South and our Rich East seniors had a post-secondary plan. If you need assistance with that application process, again, we are here to help. And I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Willingham to talk a little bit more about financial aid and FAFSA.
The final requirement that the state has put on us for this school year is that all of our seniors are required to do the FAFSA application, which stands for the free application for federal student aid. The one beautiful thing about it is the application is free and it qualifies you for financial assistance, whether it be grants, scholarships, or student loans to go to school. And so our first financial aid session will be September 21st. It will be a pre-recorded session. So even if you aren't able to make it during that time session, you will be able to have access to that information.
And again, that won't be the only event that we'll be having this year. We have a lot of cool stuff coming. And if you want those updates, please stay connected to our Instagram, our Twitter, and our Schoology accounts. For the Schoology account, we can go to the next slide too. For the Schoology account, you can set up those meeting times. Now for our office hours, as we begin, we want to touch base with all of our seniors. So we won't have open times for you to sign up, but in the coming weeks, we will have that link offered on our Schoology. A lot of you all have questions about SAT, ACTs, test optional schools. All of that information can be found on our Schoology group. It is called Post-Secondary Planning. You can look in the resource tabs and you can find articles that tells you more about test optional schools. Every school is not asking for an SAT or ACT for admissions requirements. If you want to know those schools, please go ahead and go onto that Schoology account. Check out those resources because they will answer a lot of your questions. Also look for Schoology to find those events and how to register for those admissions presentations. Again, we are here to help you. We need to connect with you and please participate as we go through this process. If you have any further questions, please send us an email, connect with us on Schoology or social media, and we'll get back to you.
We're going to go ahead and hand it over to our MTSS specialist. We have Ms. Camilla Jones and Dr. Patrice Payne.
Thank you. And I was so excited. I didn't know I was on mute. So I'm just really, really excited. I was giving kudos to Mr. Willingham and Ms. Matthews. So students, they are the people you want to talk to as far as getting lined up for your future. So that's just my little spiel. I love their energy. MTSS specialist, that's who I am. My name is Camilla Jones, and my partner at the STEM campus, which is the North Campus, is Miss Dr. Payne. And so what is MTSS? MTSS is a multi-tiered system of support. And basically what that means is it's a framework that helps us to focus on the whole child, you. Parents, we are the team that helps to focus on your child academically and behaviorally if there are some challenges that may arise. And we can go to the next slide. I can show you what that entails. So basically, we have two goals with MTSS. Again, that's the multi-tiered systems of support. We are here to support students when they are having challenges academically, if they're failing 3 or more classes, behaviorally, social emotional, if there are issues where they are have been referred to the dean 3 or more times, 3 or more instances, if there are some issues with testing and the student is testing below grade level, MTSS, our goal is to make sure that we are closing the gap. MTSS, we want to make sure that we are closing the gap. Our other goal of MTSS is to simply make sure that we are getting students to the level of success academically through math, with their reading, and then culture and climate. And I know for some of you, culture and climate, it seems like a foreign word, but basically culture and climate is just making sure that we are adhering to the guidelines and expectations of the building so that the building can run smoothly. And so we want to make sure that we are helping students in those 3 areas. We can go to the next slide, Mr. Scott. And so what does that actually look like? I have here a picture because I am a visual, and so I wanted to be able to share. You see there are 3 tiers, universal, targeted, and intensive. So universal, basically, students and parents, basically everyone has the same expectations, and everyone is receiving the same level of support. And this is teachers, parents, students, the community at large. However, if there is an instance where students need more support, tier 1 expectations, and again, the expectations are the same regardless of what tier a student is on. We all have the same building expectations, academic expectations, behavior expectations. However, if on the level of tier 1, if that is not met, then there is tier 2, and tier 2 basically, as it states, is targeted interventions, targeted support to make sure that we are able to help you to achieve in the area of deficiency. Intensive level 3, tier 3. Tier 3 is more independent, individualized plan. If a student is having an issue and there needs to be an individualized plan, a personalized plan for a student to achieve, then that is the tier 3. And basically that's MTSS in a nutshell. I know I gave you a lot, but I do want you to know, Rich Township High School parents and students, when you hear MTSS, when you see MTSS, we're just simply here to support, and we want you to know that. And so if we have to make any type of contact, just know that we are here to support the MTSS team. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Good morning, Raptors. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Mr. Bridgeforth here. I'm part of the social worker team, and I'll be introducing all the social workers. So at the STEM campus, we have Ms. Booth, we have myself, and we have Ms. Letke Kramer. And at the Fine Arts Communication building, we have Ms. Murray White, Ms. Williams, and Mr. McCall. Go to the next. There you go.
Good morning. Student support services consist of social workers, are a vital part of the educational team, working together with educational administrators, teachers, counselors, psychologists, nurses, speech pathologists, and other staff. Social workers are able to understand and interpret the influences of the school, home, and community on students. We're involved in screening support needs, represented by students whose academic and performance profile places them at risk in school. We provide individual student assessment, crisis counseling, program development for students with curriculum support requirements, and serve as an active participant in staffing supporting students with special curriculum and social emotional needs.
The social workers help with students, removing barriers and addressing any issues stopping a student from doing their best in school. We really want to help to work on improving coping strategies and addressing any kind of problem solving, stress management, decision making, emotional regulation, anger management, relationships, any kind of issues that's really stopping them from doing their best. We're basically a support system for students. We also work with parents. We partner with parents to help support their child's education. We work together to address their child's social emotional needs and connect them with resources and programs available in and outside the school building.
Social workers also help the school understand factors Go back, please. Help the school understand factors that may affect the students. Help the school understand the abilities to make maximum use of their school experience. Utilize resources in meeting the educational, social, and emotional needs of the students, and promote a safe environment within the school. Social workers help communities understand the school policies, programs, and practices, minimize those environmental factors which may inhibit learning within the school, and develop resources to adequately meet the needs of our students and families.
Teachers, students, and parents may ask for referral for students to consult with a school social worker. The school social worker will assess the situation to determine the next course of action. The results could be a continuation of school social work services, referral to school counselor, or referral to community agency. Parents must consent for school social work services outside of 8 sessions.
Please keep in mind that social work sessions will remain confidential between the students, the social worker, unless shared information pertains to the student harming themselves or others. If a student discusses harming themselves or others, a parent will be notified along with a community resource. Otherwise, students must consent to their information to being shared with others. Social workers are available to assist students, parents, and the community with support for cases of abuse and neglect, which would be DCFS, suicidal or homicidal ideations, which would be SAS, the crisis line, or the local police department, housing concerns, and etc.
Hi, good morning. We also have 2 psychologists on staff with us. We have Ms. Jasmine Stiles, who's at the STEM campus, and Ms. Gabriella Garibay at the FACS campus. Next slide. School psychologists do many things, and a few listed here. They help students succeed academically. They assist with social, behavioral, and emotional deficits. They also collaborate with teachers, parents, and other professionals to keep students safe and supported in the school environment. They assist social workers and counselors with individual and building level crises, and even crises that may occur at home since we're on remote learning. They assist with selecting and implementing and evaluating students for special education. And they use a variety of assessments to determine eligibility or to reevaluate for eligibility.
So for our resources that we have here, if everybody would just take off their phones for a second and take a picture of this screen, this is an important portion of if something is happening and no one is in the building. So you have the suicide hotlines, you have the counselors or into self-harm, you even have the Trevor Project, that if you don't know what that is, that's roughly about if you identify with the LGBTQ plus. This is everything that you need to know, the non-emergency numbers or anything along that line. These are the numbers. If it's that emergency, please call these numbers and to get help, because everyone will need something in regards to that time. Next slide.
Good morning, Raptors. I'm Mr. Garrett. I am the athletic director at the Fine Arts and Communication campus.
And I am Keith White, the athletic director at the STEM campus.
So come to our extracurricular activities. We had 23 sports programs. So now that we're one school, we're all the Raptors. So there isn't a separation between the 2 buildings. All sports programs will run together. So we have, again, like I said, 23 sports programs, both boys and girls. We're looking to add some more in the future. We have 51 clubs and activities, and currently with IHSA guidelines and restrictions with COVID and return to play, we have 3 sports that's currently running. That's boys and girls golf, girls tennis, and boys and girls cross country.
On the screen right now, you'll see that all the contact information for the coaches that are actually coaching the fall sports. You have Mr. Stein, who's located at the FACS campus. Mr. Stanko also is at the FACS campus, as is Miss as Coach Pfeiffer's at the campus. So all the coaches currently are at this FACTS campus. Any young lady who's interested in playing golf, please contact me directly at the STEM campus. So as Mr. Garrett said, we have 23 sports activities, and then we have 51 activities that we'll be getting more information at a later date. So we just like to say on a count of 3, 1, 2, 3, total Raptor. All right, so Mr. Garrett.
1, 2, 3.
Total Raptor.
There you go.
All right, so food service. Quick update about food service. Each week, families will be able to pick up meals for breakfast and lunch. That means 5 breakfast meals and 5 lunch meals. Details regarding dates, times, and locations are coming soon. So look out for updates in regards to food service. All right, now we're going to get to the thing that as I'm looking in the chat, everyone wants to know. How to read your schedule, what's going on with mods, when do classes start, all of that good stuff. So you guys have kind of suffered through everything else so that we can get to the most important part. So both Miss Garrett and I begin to go through scheduling and how do you read your schedule and navigate the new Flex mod.
So welcome back. So let me just start with, we understand your schedule looks totally different than it ever has before. You see lots of blank spaces, you see classes that are happening more than once a day or more than once on your schedule. You have gaps of time, some days start differently at different times. So that's all intentional. So we converted to what's called a flex mod schedule because it really does mimic what college will look like and often what real world will look like. Not every day will look the same by every period, by 50-minute chunks once you leave high school. So we're really trying to prepare you for the world and figuring out how to navigate and how some classes need more time than others and happen at different times. So this very much mimics what you would experience in college in that not every class too is going to meet at the same time of every day. So the first thing on this slide you will see, now you won't see this in Bellevue, but you will see that every day is broken up into what are called mods, and there are 23 of them throughout the day. Mod 0 starts at 7:30, mod 23 starts at 3:10. They're all 20 minutes chunks of time. And we understand that classes will bump into each other, but they are not overlapping. And so we'll go through some of that. You'll notice on this student schedule that say on Wednesday, the student is very busy. So they have a lot of classes that meet both in large group and individually with their individual classroom teachers. And then other days, if you look like on a Friday, the student is less busy. So that again is all intentional. You're going to navigate this experience, particularly in the remote setting, and figure out, what the days that are extra busy, you might not have a time for a lot of other homework, but on the days that you have more time, that's the time that you will be able to get in that additional studying and homework. So in this environment, both in person and remote, all of those chunks of time that you see open, we're going to call Raptor time. So that Raptor time is the opportunity that you can use if you are in the building to go eat lunch, to find a quiet space to do your homework, to find a space to work with your peers on a project you're working on. Raptor time can be in the morning. So if a class doesn't start until 8:30, you can take the second bus into the building and start your day later. And Raptor time can also be used for individualized tutoring. So both in person and in remote, we are going to be running what we call academic labs, where you may use your Raptor time to go get more individualized support. In addition, your Raptor time may overlap with one or more of your teachers' office hours that they'll be holding this year. So that would be a great time too to check in with your teachers around getting support. In the remote setting, Raptor time can be a time for you to just disconnect from the computer, to take a little break, stretch, eat, chat with your friends, and then making sure that you get back to class on time.
So just real quick, a few things about how to read your FlexMod schedule. So if you look at this student schedule, as you notice, and as Ms. Garrett stated, every class does not meet every day, nor does every class meet for the same amount of mods each time that it meets. So for instance, this student has health mods 1 through 4 on Monday. Then they go back to health on Thursday, mods 1 through 4. And then on Friday, they have health mods 1 through 3. So it's important to look at your bell schedule to understand the time or the mod your class starts and the time of mod your class ends. For this student on Monday, if you look, health goes from mod 1 to 4, algebra 5 to 8, and then Spanish 9 to 10. So for this student, they would need to have a conversation with their teacher just to let them know, you know, I do have to go to my next class because there is no passing. There are no passing periods. So in order to go from one class to the next, that's a conversation you'll have with your teacher. Let them know you need to leave a little early, so that 4 minutes early, so that you can make it to your next class on time. So again, we looked at health. So now look at algebra. This math class meets 4 times a week. Those 4 times are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But again, none of those mods meet for the same amount of time. None of those classes meet for the same amount of time each time they meet. So on Monday, algebra is mods 5 through 8. On Tuesday, it's a shorter session, 2 mods, 5 and 6. On Wednesday, a little bit longer, 3 mods, 5, 6, and 7. And then on Thursday, 3 mods, 8, 9, and 10. So it's very important that you pay attention to your bell schedule view and that you look at what time mods start and what time mods end. And you look at what classes do you have for that particular day. If you look at this student schedule, Tuesday, they start later. They don't start till mod 5. Whereas Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, they start at mod 1. So a couple other things. If you notice, Ms. Garrett talked about large group. So what is a large group? A large group is the time where all students who are taking that particular class are in together. So for instance, you have world history and geography for this student on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But then for 2 mods on Monday, they have a large group. So you have all students, all teachers that are in that one class together. What that looks like when we're in person, we will be somewhere like the auditorium, the little theater, media center, in order to all come together and meet. During those times, you can meet for like presentations or centralized content or assessments of videos, of speakers, or learning activities designed for a larger group. And then you'll break out into your separate classes and meet during the other mods. So on your schedule, if you see, say, I have more than one chemistry class, not really. What you have is a large group. They are in different colors, and they have a TBA as the instructor.
And let me add that while we're in full remote for large group, most of your teachers will be sending out independent assignments. So that will be the asynchronous learning that you will participate in during the remote time. No other classes will run asynchronously, but your large group, in that we don't have a common space to put everybody right now, that most of your large group teachers will be sending out assignments that you would do independently to be more prepared for when you show up to class. So the easiest way to read your schedule at home is to use the Bell schedule view. If you open up in PowerSchool, it both will have the times listed that classes will start, and it will have different colors. The best thing to do is to take a picture, print it out, post it where your workstation is going to be. Again, if you find that right now you're seeing classes, not large group, but you're finding incorrect classes, or that you made a decision to change a class over the summer, please make sure you fill out the form that's listed here. That's also on the district website, and your counselor will get back to you. You will also now see in PowerSchool what academy you belong to, so that you know which counselor to reach out to. If you are requesting a schedule change, just like if we were in person, follow the schedule that you have until you have received notice that your schedule has changed. And the last thing is, we found an app called Class Timetable that another school that uses FlexMod raved about. It's free to download. You put it on your phone and you put in the times of all your classes. So each day will have its own little alert so that you would never miss class. We think that this is probably another really fast and easy way to remember. It's going to be hard to remember which classes start at 7:50, which classes start at 8:30. But if you have it somewhere in an app, a calendar invite, that then it will remind you what class to be in. So we encourage you to download this app and put in your, from your Bell schedule, put in your classes.
So navigating your remote learning, some tips: show your schedule to your parents so you can make a plan that works for your family. I suggest printing out your schedule. Post a copy of your schedule somewhere you can check it each day, preferably next to your Chromebook. Set up a school workplace free from distractions, your phone, TV, or just family traffic passing through. Treat this year like any other school year and set up a routine. Wake up time, time for meals, study hours, and a bedtime. As you notice, you will have Raptor time, so use that as a time to get away from your screen, take a break, stand up, take a walk, eat, and then come back. Very important, you must eat, I'm sorry, you must eat every day, but you must attend every class every day. Attendance is not optional. So again, attendance is not optional. You do have to attend every class every day.
So we understand that with this year starting differently, that when you encountered an in-person learning, a challenge or a struggle, you would pop in to see your teacher after school or during another period and get the support you needed. So we are still here for you, and there are still lots of support. So you are not going to go out and never be able to seek assistance if you need it. So again, when you meet your teachers starting tomorrow, your teachers will share their syllabus and give you their office hours. We encourage you, that's not going to show up on your schedule, but we want you to write that down somewhere. Post that so that you can always pop in to your teachers. They'll probably have a Google Meet where you will pop in if you need the help, and that would be much more individualized. In addition, like I was mentioning with Raptor time, after the first week of school, we will be running academic labs. So that will be at every time of the day, except in the very beginning of the day, very end of the day, and on Wednesdays. We will be running core individualized tutoring sessions with a Google Meet link that you can join So if you're off in the middle of the day on Mod 5 on a Tuesday and you needed help with English, but your English teacher is not available, you can pop into the English academic lab and that teacher that's there for English can help you. So those links will be forthcoming. They will start at week 2, and know that you can always jump into an academic lab for any of your core courses every day except Wednesday. What you'll see is on Wednesday, when we start Late Start Wednesday, the mods will get shorter. So your class periods get shorter, and we wanted to use Wednesday for you to kind of catch up on some other work. We understand that there is a lot of stress. It's all of this can be very overwhelming. Not only are you having to learn from home, but you're also having to learn a new schedule, learn new teachers, new classmates, and very challenging work. Know that we understand that, and you have lots of people to reach out to. So you heard a lot of people before us talk about all the resources and support. You have your counselors, you have your academy lead, culture and climate coordinator, you have Mr. Scott and myself. Please feel free to reach out to somebody if you need support. We are all here. We just need to know that you need us.
So you might be asking yourself, what happens now? So I've looked through some of the chat. You are right. Starts tomorrow. So review your bell schedule view. Identify start times and teacher names for all of your classes on Wednesday. Tomorrow is not a late start Wednesday, so it starts at 7:50 for most people. Classes start tomorrow. Again, tomorrow. Go to Schoology for each and every course on time. So where do you go to find your class? Go to Schoology. When you log into your computer, go to Schoology. Meet your new teachers and classmates, and then you're going to repeat for Thursday and Friday. So look at your bell schedule, see what classes you have on Thursday. They may not be the same as Wednesday. They may not start the same as Wednesday. Make sure you know what time they start on Thursday and what time they start on Friday. So for today, for the rest of today, look at your bell schedule view. Look to see what classes you have tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, and see what time they start. They may not be the same. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, don't hesitate. Reach out to your culture and climate coordinator, your academy lead, Ms. Garrett if you're at the FACS campus, or myself, or either one of us. It really doesn't matter. We're here to help you to kind of navigate through this new beginning of the school year with so much going on.
And so we understand that we identified talking points and that we may not have answered all the questions that you have. We think that it's probably easiest if you can scan the QR code with your phone and ask your question there, leave your name. If it is a generic question, we will continue to send out a question and answer document on the district website to answer some of those commonly asked questions. But if it is more specific to you and it doesn't involve a schedule change, which is a different concern, we will get back to you about those. This question QR code closes August 31st. So make sure you get your questions in before then.
So we have come to the end of orientation. I understand there's been a lot of questions. There's a lot of unknowns. Just to let you know, we're all here to help you. So don't stress. You'll get to meet your teachers tomorrow. Just make sure you log in. Make sure you know what classes you have and what time it starts. And for those of you that just woke up, this is pre-recorded, so you can go to YouTube, the Rich Township High School YouTube channel, and you can rewatch, and they're in segments. So you don't have to watch the whole thing. You can watch them in segments. So thank you. We got almost 600 people on, ready to go. That shows you guys are really dedicated to the school year, even though we have a pandemic going on and so much unknown. So Go Raptors, go Raptors. Welcome back to the 2020-21 school year.